Uh, hey everybody, this is Larry. This is day 23, maybe 24 of the Leetcode Day Challenge. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about today's poem. Yeah, people ask me where I am, and I am basically, well, that's World Trade Center. I am on the West Side Highway in New York City, and that part is New Jersey, which is, well, just Jersey. So I'm not gonna talk about it too much. But yeah, today I just finished my 11-mile run, my harder effort 11 miles. So I'm very beaten, very tired, very sweaty, very nasty. Yeah, I want to talk about that because I feel like, in general, social media is toxic, right? In that, like, I'm on Strava, which is, for those of you who might not know, is just like like an app that tracks your workout, but also in a social network kind of way with all your friends and all these things, right? And you see everyone and their speed and stuff, and and on the same day, same time, same feeling, I could feel like I am the fastest person I know and the slowest person I know at the same time. And it could be as toxic as you want it to be. And of course, the transition is very natural to talking about Leetcode and Leetcode rating and stuff, right? Like, it's tough because you're always surrounded by people whom you're like, oh man, there's this guy who is very good, or this lady who's, rating is ridiculous. And it's hard to not make that comparison, but you have to try. Just get a little bit better, slowly. And over a long enough period of time, you'll get there, right? Like if I compare myself to, this year I'm aiming again for a 4-hour marathon. So if I compare myself to people who run it in 3 hours, I'm never going to be happy, not for a long time. And those people have been running for years and years and decades and so forth, right? So like, is it realistic for me, who just started a year ago running, is it realistic for me to be like, oh man, to kind of leapfrog that far ahead? The answer's no. So, and not realistic, right? Like, so you have to kind of figure that out. And yeah, that's basically my spiel. I'm gonna head back, do the Leetcode problems. So hopefully, yeah, I'll see you soon. Hey everybody, this is Larry. I know there was an intro, but I don't know, I did some real time that happened between, I took a shower and stuff, got home. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Hey everybody, this is Larry. What do I usually say? Wow, I am like my running running those 11 miles and walking back and all those things is clearly doing affect me. Hey everybody, how's it going? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. What did I say? Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is Leetcode Daily Challenge Day 24. Is that what I say? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about today's poem. I already did the intros. I'm not gonna say any more, but even though this intro is kind of long due to my goofiness. But yeah, today let's take a look at today's poem. Then we have 166 fraction to recurring decimal. Okay, given two integers representing numerator and denominator, return the fraction in string form. If it is repeating, okay. This is a classic problem and also kind of annoying. There's also negative, by the way. So definitely have to track that. Nice of them to not have denominators. You go to 0. Okay. Multiple answers. Why would you have multiple answers? What's a possible multiple answer? That's interesting. I'm curious what the multiple answer would be. In any case, I mean, this is a little bit awkward for sure, because it is very mathematical, right? It is not, I mean, it's not even like hard math, but if you haven't done it before, then, well, you haven't done it before. And there's just some stuff that you can explore and figure out, but it will take time if you haven't done it before. But that said, I mean, it is something that I think nowadays, I don't know. I feel like nowadays everyone's like looking for like, oh, what are the lesson plans and whatever, and like, what are the Larry's Larry's programming list or whatever, right? and I feel like people get too obsessed about it. When I was young, when I was starting, you just kind of do random problems at random difficulties. There's no list, no one knows how hard they are. I mean, there's somewhat in that, like, you see how many people solve them, but that's it, right? And then you just kind of keep on going, right? And in those scenarios, this is one of those earlier problems you solve just because it is more. I guess this is more on the ACM side, and back then ACM is more mathematical, more academic, right? So, and by ACM I meant like the what's it called, ICPC type ACM contest, like on the online, what they call online judge, or the UVA, if you will, what University of Validad or something like that. I'm saying it wrong, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah. So anyway, the idea here really is, if you have to try to figure out by yourself, and once I give you a little bit of this hint, if you haven't gotten it yet, then try to come up with it a little bit. Let me get a water real quick. I am. I probably should have gotten a water before I started this, but maybe that's why I'm like not thinking correctly or whatever. But yeah. But the long answer, or I don't know if it's a long answer, but it is an answer is just to, and I'm just doing ASCII art. I don't know if this is good ASCII art or not, but just like okay, I forgot that I have a drawing pad. All right, let me bring out the drawing pad. Hang on, maybe this is a good drawing pad problem. Sorry, hang on. We are having some. I mean, it's not even a technical difficulty. It's just a delay. All right. I mean, yeah. Instead of ASCII art, I can just do this. Okay. So, right. So yeah. So you have. Sorry, I just noticed that there's a hole in my shirt. That's why I'm like looking down. I'm like, what is going on here? Can I see? Oh yeah. I was like, why do I have a hole in my shirt, Larry? Like, why are you so cheap? Actually, there are a couple of holes, but it's a weird thing. But I feel, but it also reminds me of this is a little bit of a sidetrack, so my apologies. But maybe it's a story for another time. But it just reminded me of this lady I dated who was ridiculously rich. Mind blowing. I mean, like her family anyway. But she would wear shirts like this because it was in style, where like there's just like a random hole in like fashionable places, and of course, me knowing that she's ridiculously rich, like I was like, I know that's the style, but it's still ridiculous. So maybe anyway, my point is that maybe this, I can make this a thing, like I can make this a style. All right, let me know in the comments. All right, anyway. My point is that, okay, you just have to kind of do it the old elementary school kind of way, right? Just put a number. Let's say I'm just looking at okay, yeah, 4 and 3 is actually kind of annoying, so maybe I won't do 3. But let's say you have 4 and just say 7, right? 7's a good one in general, and then you just kind of go do it one by one, right? Now, how many times does 7 go into 4? 0, right? So then you have 0. And then you have a period, and then now you have a right, and then what is it? 7 5 is 35, right? I don't remember we do periods in the. I don't do division this way. I just do it in my head, so I don't actually know it that well. So my apologies, but that's the way that you would think about it, right? So then you subtract, right, 5, and then you shift, get a 0, and then 7 is 49, right? So you have 10, and then 1. And then so forth, right? And then the idea here is that maybe 7 isn't a great example here, right? So this is that. I mean, it's not dot. There's only 6 digits, right? So there are 2 things to note, right? The first one is that the denominator. Oh no, that's not the first one. Sorry, maybe that's. I mean, it is the second one, but I think the other way is a little bit cleaner. At least from a programming perspective, if you've done programming, maybe this is more understanding, right? Which is that, okay, well, what does this remind me of, right? Well, that means that you put in some function, you put in 40, and then you get a result of maybe 5, and then like a remainder of 5, right? So maybe like 5 comma 5 is in like a tuple, not like, I don't know. And also, I don't know why I do this. I write this like so far to the right that I ran out of space. Luckily, this is digital, so I could, yeah, right. And then now you have 50, right? F of 50 for some function. So you have 7 with a remainder of 1. I mean, this part, dot, 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 but this is more space efficient, right? And maybe more programming oriented. You have remainder of 3. And then now 30, yeah, is you go to 4, right? With a remainder of 2. Hopefully we're getting to my point soon. I mean, I said it was 6. So anyway, but yeah. 20, so that's 2, which is 14, right? So there's 6 left over. And then f of 60, which is going to be 56, right? Which is 4. And then now we have 40 again, right? That's where I want to get to. Maybe I shouldn't have chose 7 because that is a lot of writing. But right, and then now in a memorization kind of way, if you think about it in terms of memorization and dynamic programming or whatever, I mean, this isn't quite DP, but you have the same idea of, okay, well, now we repeat. So then now that means that everything's going to repeat again. And, this is going to be 5 comma 5. And of course, that is literally the problem, right? Or like the problem is asking you is, well, when does it repeat? And then doing the repeating. And that's basically the idea. Of course, so that's the first idea, is this how to figure out the repeating part, right? So it'll be what, 428, right? Whatever. Okay, so that's part 1. Part 2 is, well, I mean, the part 2 is noting that, well, the dividend is 7, right? Well, what does that mean? I mean, okay, but here I kind of, maybe, I don't know. Let me change the color real quick. But here I did the color, the functions in terms of 40, 50, 10, and 30. But you can also, this is just functions, right? Like we can, this is an abstract f, and I go, this is 40 divided by 7, etc. with the remainder. But you also think of it, they all have zeros at the last digit because, well, that's how this problem works. And as a result, other than maybe the first one, if you have, or like the first couple, depending on how this, But my point is that once you get to the decimal part, but you can also think of these as just like removing these zeros, right? And then when you remove these zeros, then what happens? Well, the function can only go from, well, f of 0 is just going to be, you're done, right? So, I mean, so we could skip f of 0, but that means that every other number will be from 0, well, not 0, as we just said, but 1 to 6, right? I guess, can it be 7? I guess not, because you can have a remainder of 7. Because the remainder has to be between 0 and 6, right? So there's only 7 unique remainders that goes into the next function. And as a result, other than the first core, which could be whatever, the remainder, they can only determine by the denominator, right? And the denominator is 7, then that means that there are only 7 unique possibilities, and then that's it. And that's basically the idea, because then now, it means that there always is a simulation answer. Maybe I lied, actually. What? I mean, for small n, I guess, but I guess like if they're two relatively primes, it can be like really long, right? So okay, I missed this part because I was like, if they're relatively prime, like a big prime number, it should have like a billion repeating digits or something. But did I put it on screen? Yeah. But but yeah, but this does say that there's a guarantee that'll be less than 10 to the 4th, so we'll just assume that that'll be Gucci for that, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's basically the idea. I want you to think about it and program it, take a pause or whatever if you didn't think about it, or just scratch it out, play around with more numbers, play around with numbers that don't repeat, for example, and see if you can figure out a pattern. Well, I take a break and drink this water. As you can see, I'm very dehydrated. Also, both dehydrated and needed to pee. Hang on. Be right back. Sorry. This is live. This is what you get. Alright. Alright, let's go. Right? So that's basically the idea to think about these kind of problems. Okay, so first of all, let's get rid of the negative, right? So yeah, right. So how do I want to write it? Numerator is less than 0. So maybe negative is equal to false, right? Then negative is equal to not negative, and then if denominator is less than 0, then same thing, right? And then now then now we can just take the absolute value, because then it just makes it easier to deal with, right? Oops. This is too long. I'm just gonna write N and D. Too long to type. And also I messed up. Right? Yeah. Okay. So then now, as we said, the first number we can just divide, right? So, and in Python there's a mod diff, so we'll use that. Right? So yeah. And this will give you the whole number part, right? So whole, maybe, and then remainder is equal to this. And then now we have to try to do our algorithm. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's it. It's a little bit annoying, but it's actually not that bad, right? So while, and because we're also guaranteed, by the way, that it is less than 10 to the 4th, so we should be okay, right? So while remainder is greater than 0, or not 0 really, maybe we also keep track of, I mean, answers kind of right, but we want to say decimals maybe, I don't know. Let's just call it answers, it's more direct, right? Yeah, and then we also want to keep track of when, not just if we've seen something, but when we've seen it, right? On what digit. So maybe we have just seen, usually I use it as a set, but yeah, right? And then yeah, okay. So then now we shift, and then we do a division, right? So now the mod diff of remainder d and one of my things just fell. So I have a lot of sidetrack today. I don't know why, but years ago, like a little mouse like climbed up through one of the pipes and like, well, just like wrecked chaos for like a couple of nights. Actually, I was streaming during that time, so like some people might actually remember it. But as a result, now like every time I hear like little sounds, I'm like, uh-oh, is it back? But that only happened once in like 12 years or whatever that I've been living here. And sometimes I just kind of, I don't know, like I think it's just basically wherever I got this water, things kind of fell on top anyway. Okay, so no little mousey for me today, thankfully. Yeah, and then let's just say this is that, right? Or maybe D for digits. I don't know. This is a little bit confusing because I also use D for here. Digit. I guess I can just use more numbers. Yeah. Then now, if digit is in scene, then we're done, right? Then now scene of digit is the last time we've seen this digit. So this is the index. So then we want to we want to return. So this is the index. So basically you want to go from answer to this index, right? Plus answer from that digit. Oops. To the end, right? I have to rewrite that. I don't like the way that this looks, but I just want to see if it's correct. I mean, it's very yucky in any case. Otherwise, the now seen digit is equal to length of the answer, because that's also the thing, right? And of course, it's a little bit wrong, because but maybe we're just going to string. I was going to say this is a little bit wrong. And then if remainder is equal to 0, that means that the fraction ends, and then we can just write return hold. Oh, actually, I guess we can use an F string. That's what I was trying to do, but then I was lazy. I wonder if, like, if you write 2.0, would that be okay? I guess I could just return early here, right? Okay, so then now this is always a fraction. And as a fraction, we just have, can I use it? I don't know if I could do that, but I think this should be fine, maybe. All right, let's run it real quick. Did I not? Oh, because I have this. Does that work? Yeah, maybe not. Okay, so then now we just do plus this then. And it's fine. Mod div. Is it div mod? I guess it's div mod. I don't know why I think of mod div. Okay, I mean that's fine. Oh, this is an array in either case. I need to join it. There's still an int somewhere. Do I append? No, I append the digits. I mean the string versions. So what am I? Oh, ho is a. Yeah, okay. All right, there you go. I mean, and of course, there are easy things we can do, right? Like 5 7s, as we said, maybe 5 8s for round number, and then I don't know, what's like a cool thing? I just bang on the keyboard and see what happens, right? Just to test a few things, and we got a wrong answer, so that's good. Huh? That's weird, actually. That doesn't seem likely. So. Huh? Okay, I mean, it's a good thing we tested then, but that's. Oh, I see. No. Oh, I see. I messed up because it's 0 0. Damn, I mean, I definitely messed up. Why do I do digit? No, this isn't right, that's why. Because this should be remainder. Wow, I messed up. Huh. Yeah, the remainder is the thing that you care about. Wow, I'm an idiot. This is why we test. Somehow we passed all of them, yeah. And if you caught it before I just caught it, good job at home. But as you can see, I mean, it's an easy thing to fix. But some of my pauses, like, wow, did I really mess up that badly? Why would I do this? But okay, it happens. But yeah, looks okay. So let's give it a YOLO submit. Hopefully. Oh, I didn't check for negative numbers. Oh, and also other things. Oh, I thought I caught this. Am I off by 1 or something? Well, I also didn't check for negative numbers, but as you can see, farms like this is definitely very wild. Let's check for negative numbers real quick. I don't know why I didn't check for 1.6, because 1.6 is way. Because I wanted to check for one where the repeating digit is in the first digit, which I think maybe I did do it just that way in a way, yeah. But then I just forgot because I was confused. But yeah, so the remainder is going to start at 1, and it goes to 10. The remainder is 4. Is this off by 1? I mean, it's going to be 4 again, right? Oh, no. Well, man, I'm trying. I mean, I know how to fix it, but I'm just trying to think of like a cleaner way. I mean, I think this is the same thing as relating to remainder. I got confused. We definitely need to, because the thing is that if the remainder is in scene, then it's a little bit different, because that means that we still have to process this digit first. But I don't know quite that this is. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think this is technically wrong because I have an extra 0, even though it is. Actually, I think this is. Oh wait, no. Well, I mean, it is say that there are multiple ways of doing it. Return any of them, which makes this right, but it's still not precise, right? That's why I was thinking about it, and even though, like, yeah, like, that's ugly. And also, what is another one? Alright, let's skip the -1. 5/8, I don't care. Let's say 1/16 or something. Not 16. What is 1 with where the 1/60? Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Did I don't know. Yeah, I just want to get one where the repeating digit is after, not the first digit. So, I mean, this is technically right, but I'm not happy with it, so I'm not going to submit it, because this is just. Also, I told him that, how is this accepted? I think Leetcode is just having issues, because I don't know how this could be accepted, or this is expected, but I just didn't handle negative. I just forgot. Honestly, like I handled it, but I just forgot. So I'm just really bad today. I'm just annoyed because, yeah, there are a couple of things we have to fix. But this is also, to be honest, where in real programming, if you want to call it that, you would have TDD, right? You have a lot of tests, and then you just, figure it out. Maybe I'll just do another function, right? Maybe something like this, right? That just go if negative. So yeah, okay, right? I mean, I know that I put in the test case, but I didn't look at the answer because, well, okay. I didn't look at the answer because it just said it was correct, right? But it wasn't, which is really bad. And yeah, okay, and the extra digit I'm not happy with either, even though it is technically correct, And maybe during a contest I would have submitted it, but for today I am not happy. This is a very annoying one. Okay. Oof. How do I differentiate? Like, why would you? Okay, so the remainder. I think it has to be here. I think that's the difference. Maybe. Well, instead we have an infinite loop because. No, I mean this could still be 0. No, I think it has to be here. I think maybe that's a little bit better. Okay, maybe not. I don't get it. Okay. Man, even though I have done this poem, I don't know how to do it apparently. And now we're just doing some awkward, weird things. And I definitely do not remember how to handle this. Even though I definitely have done it before in my life. Like this feels the most natural. But I don't know why it's not. It's okay. So if the remainder is in scene. I mean, I think the short answer is, to be honest, and I'm just being lazy, right? Because I think I should just walk through the case, right? For example, 1/6. So then now the remainder is going to be. I think the thing is that the first digit is the issue. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see, right? Because basically it is okay. So what happens with 6? Why is this wrong with 6? It's because okay, 1 is no bueno, so 1 is the remainder. You have 10 and then 40, right? Then now we put it in. I mean, this is no good. We set the 0. This is the 0th element. And then it is going to be no, it is 10, right? So the remainder is so it's 4. This is 4. It's the 4 is not in there, so we set 4 is equal to 0, and then yeah. Why not? Okay. And then next, it does it again. What am I doing wrong? I feel like there is a clean way to do it, and that's why I'm like spending so much time, because like I'm not. I feel like I have hacks, obviously, but I just don't know why it's not cleaning up for me in my head. Like it's just like some weird ordering of these things. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, maybe it's here actually. Last time we've seen this digit. It's the reason is because I guess the digit and the remainder matters, because the digit okay, maybe that's why. Because the starter doesn't have to be the last time you've seen it. Okay, I guess that's it. Now I'm happy because I feel like that also has like mathematical background. I think I thought maybe remainder could be right because of our visualization, honestly. But I guess my visualization is kind of off because the thing with our visualization is that, well, it always starts at the beginning, and I didn't really think it through deep enough because, well, honestly, it's been a while since I've done it. But it matters because in this case we have the reason, and this is why you have to step through things, and I was just lazy to do it because once I step through it, it's obvious, right? Because 10 divided by 6 has to say is going to be remainder of 4 is 1 remainder of 4, right? But also 40 divided by 6 is also well, it's not also, but 6 remainder of 4. So then the 4 is the same, but the 6 is not, right? So then technically it's just not, like the inputs are not the same, right? Even though it looks like it. Even though the remainder is right. That's interesting. I feel like there's a cleaner way to do it still, but I am clearly, as you see, my mind is not quite right. So let's call it a day. But what's the complexity, right? I mean, they said that it's guaranteed that it's going to be less than 10 to the 4th. So I guess that's the max in terms of number of loops. But also keep in mind that it can only be the max of O of D, which might not be too comforting because D can be pretty big. So I don't know. But as a result, because it is O of D, kind of, and D is a lot of digits in binary, this is actually exponential, right? At least in the loops. So yeah. Yeah, because the answer can have at most D digits, right? And if it has D digits, and they're only log D, the size of the input is log D, so this is exponential. It's 2 to the n. That's your complexity. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the intro. Remember why you're here. Anyway, stay good. Stay healthy to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye bye.